I'm Adrian, and I am so happy and honored to be able to stand by Patricia's side today and to be a part of this very special day. I first met Patricia at the beginning of her freshman year in college. We were both taking Econ 1, and through several mutual acquaintances, we had all gathered at Wilbur Hall Dining Hall one night to work on our very first problem set. Because I was a year ahead of Patricia in school, I was already a part of this really, really hip, cool, and awesome sorority called Sigma Psi Zeta, or SYZ for short. At the time, SIZ was a lot more like a student club than a sorority. We were very small, we were unhoused, and we had a reputation for being the good girl, Asian, studious sorority. So months later, and with a little bit of marketing from yours truly, Patricia decided to pledge SYZ, and that's when we started to become really close. Each pledge was paired with a current member to be her big sister, and because Patricia and I had both requested each other, she became my little, and I became her big. And very soon after, Patricia started calling me Biggie, and that's really big. And that name has stuck for the last 13 years. What is next? Oh, yes. So, now that you know the story of how Patricia and I met and became Biggie and Little, let me clarify the story of how Patricia and Brett actually met. Now I know that you've already read through their wedding website and you heard that they met through a dating app. But the more accurate story is that we are here today because of Patricia's Biggie. So, I recently spent some time scrolling back through nearly 2.5 years of text messages between Patricia and myself. And finally, after about 20 minutes, I got to what I was looking for. April 30th, 2015, 1:29 p.m. Pacific, 4:29 Eastern. Patricia writes, "Does this guy look familiar?" Followed by a series of photos. A picture of Brett driving with his dog, Armin. A picture of Brett on the beach, shirtless with sunglasses. And later, a picture of Brett walking Beta Breakers, again, shirtless and with sunglasses. Patricia later added, "He has big boobs, LOL." But what I think she meant was strong pecs. You see, Patricia used to send me a lot of these profiles and ask me what I thought of them, especially if it seemed like I might know them. But with Brett, she wasn't really sure, and she was actually planning on saying no to him because she really couldn't see his face in any of his photos. And she wasn't really sure why there were so many shirtless ones. But I told Patricia that based on what I knew with Brett in business school, that he was actually a really nice guy. And immediately, I went to his Facebook and hand-selected a more normal picture. So with this new information and her Biggie's approval, Patricia decided yes on Brett. Unfortunately, due to a questionable glitch in the app, Brett wouldn't come to see Patricia's profile for another couple more months. And during this time, and before they had even met each other, I saw that Brett was looking for a new roommate based on Facebook. And because I knew that Patricia was also looking for a new place in SF, I screenshotted all the details and sent them to her. Patricia giggled at the idea, but I'd say that I was starting to plan all the right ideas. Like the time we all went hiking, and I casually turned around to ask Patricia and Brett what kind of music they would have at their wedding. So what if they'd only been dating for 2 months? So after Patricia and Brett had finally gone on their first date, I saw again on Facebook that Brett's phone had been completely erased and he had lost all his contacts. And of course, I screenshotted all this information and sent it to her. And found out that she had thought that all this time, when Brett wasn't answering her messages, that maybe he wasn't interested anymore. And annoyingly, she thought, well, maybe she shouldn't be either. So, well, what a tragedy averted. Brett, you're welcome. Come to think of it, I have actually been helping Patricia find her Brett for a very long time. So many years ago, when I used to live in San Francisco, Patricia and I would find ourselves going out clubbing whenever she visited me in the city. If you know Patricia, you know that she's often very giggly, silly, and just a tiny bit mischievous. Mischievous like pretending to pose with you for a picture, only to viciously tickle you right as the photo is being snapped. Or saying things like, Biggie, you're so small and light, let me try to pick you up. Only to throw you in the water seconds later as the waves are crashing in. But despite this very playful side, Patricia would get very shy and bashful whenever she saw someone that she thought was handsome. So a typical clubbing night for us would unfold as follows. Patricia would scan the room and then sheepishly smile in a certain direction. I would then walk across the room and boldly tap him and say, hey, my friend thinks you're cute. You should go talk to her. To be sure, being a wing woman was definitely out of character for me. But somehow, because it was for my little, I was always able to put on a cloak of courage and be brave. Of course, courage isn't the only thing that Patricia has given me. As we go through life, we encounter various bumps, and Patricia has always been there to give me wisdom, strength, hugs, and love. She listens and consoles without judgment, even when I didn't always make the right decisions. She is incredibly sweet, thoughtful, and caring, as much as she is amazingly beautiful and smart. So Pat, I am so grateful for you and for the way that our friendship has grown over the years, even when we didn't live in the same city or even the same country. And Brett, I am so happy that you have finally found her and that you get to share this incredible journey of life with my amazing friend. So everyone, please join me in raising a glass to this beautiful couple, to Patricia and Brett, and to a life together filled with lots of baking and cooking, hiking and exploration, a few